Hello everyone, welcome to Kimchi Crime Unsolved. This is the series in which we take a closer look at South Korea's unsolved crimes. Our case today takes us back to January 29th, 1991 in the Seoul neighborhood of Apgujeong. It was a Tuesday, and 9-year-old elementary school student Lee Hyung Ho has lunch at his friend's house and later then plays in the local playground at his apartment complex. However, he never returns home. At 11 p.m, Hyung Ho's parents get a call from a person who has said that they have kidnapped their child. In return for Hyung Ho, the caller requests 70 million Korean won. Some reports say that is equivalent to 200 million Korean won these days. In order for the exchange to be made, the kidnapper requested that the parents get a vehicle with a car phone and to wait for further instructions. But the first call wouldn't come until 2 days later, on January 31st, 1991. Hyung Ho's father finally receives a phone call and is given the following instructions. While Hyung Ho's father is driving to the airport, he is given more instructions. He is asked to park the car in a certain area of the car park, flash the headlights twice, leave the money, the car, and the car keys. 3 hours had passed and there was no sign of the kidnapper. Another phone call is made to the father. The kidnapper had a change of plan and told the father to go to the Daehan Theater, located in Chungmoro in the Jung district, 21 kilometers away from the airport. Some time passes and there is still no sight of the kidnapper. He once again calls the parents. This time, the mother answers. The kidnapper was clearly worried about getting caught. So once again, the kidnapper changed the location of the pickup place. This time, he sent the parents to Gwanghamun, but the kidnapper never showed up to the place that night. It was now 7 days after Hyung Ho went missing when the next call came from the kidnapper. Again, more instructions were given, this time leading the parents to a certain bus stop. The kidnapper told the parents to find a garbage bin next to the bus stop and find a note left by the kidnapper. The kidnapper changed his tactics from calling the parents to now leaving notes with instructions to drop off the ransom. The next instructions was to go to a bakery called Taegukdang, located in Chungmoro, not too far from the Daehan Theater. Instructions were to head to a place called the Kokkiri Bunsikjom, or Elephant Snack Bar. Find the notice board outside the snack bar and find another note inside the notice board. On the note were the next instructions to the next location. At this point, we can probably say that the kidnapper was paranoid, as he was leading the parents to many places. More notes were left behind, but a final note that was found in Myeongdong had bank account details left on it. Instructions were left for the family to transfer the money into the kidnapper account. The parents transferred the money, but weirdly, the kidnapper never retrieved the money. However, a witness reported that she did see a man come across as suspicious when trying to retrieve money. The witness was the bank clerk at the bank. She told reporters that she was trying to get the unknown gentleman to open an account with a high interest rate. He refused and just said he needed the account to retrieve money. February 13th. Now, 16 days since the kidnapping, and the family received another call from the kidnapper. This time they were instructed to park the car on the side of the road under the Seoul Bridge located in Yeouido. They would find another note underneath a stone with the next lot of instructions. The instructions were to another area with another note, this time placed under a streetlight. This note was another attempt from the kidnapper to retrieve the money, this time leaving the bag of money on a steel box placed next to a street lamp. But this time, the pickup was final. Unfortunately, though police had been tracking the suspect this whole time, the police went to the wrong location, and when they finally got to the right location, the money was gone. Now, the money was retrieved, but there was still no sign of Hyung Ho, and there were no phone calls from the kidnappers after that. However, on March 13th, 1991, 44 days after the kidnapping of Hyung Ho, his body was found in an area of Chamsil in a water drain. Hyung Ho's eyes and mouth were taped up, and his hands and feet tied together. It is suspected that Hyung Ho was not alive for very long. An autopsy revealed that Hyung Ho only had the lunch that he had at his friend's house the day of his disappearance left in his body. Investigators concluded Hyung Ho was killed on the day of his disappearance by suffocation. In total, the kidnapper called approximately 60 times, all from payphones across the city of Seoul. During one of the phone calls, while it was presumed Hyung Ho was alive, the kidnapper continuously used the word "저희," meaning we in Korean, and when asked by the mother if the kidnapper was with someone else, he answered yes, and that he is not the person in charge, mainly the assisting accomplice. There were assumptions made by investigators that there very well could be more than one person who carried out the kidnapping. The note that had the bank details on it was left in front of a department store in Myeongdong. However, not too long after, the parents received a call from a payphone located in Apgujeong. The two destinations are roughly 16 kilometers away, about a 20-minute drive. Is it possible one person could place the note and then drive across the city to make a call? Of course. But investigators predicted that one person was nearby the note to confirm the pickup, while the other person was waiting at Apgujeong to make the call. When the possible kidnapper tried to receive the money from the bank, he was unable to retrieve it due to the police blocking the account. While at the bank, because the man couldn't retrieve the money out of the account, the man then ran out of the bank, but a sketch was made through the bank clerk. According to investigators, the description of the man's face, especially his jaw, was assumed that he was not the person on the phone. This was because of his jawline. The police saying that this jawline couldn't make the voice of the man on the phone. In South Korea, there is a 15-year statute of limitations on the case, meaning that this has expired and therefore we may never find out who the killer or killers were. Some things I would like to mention. First, for those who don't know, Apgujeong area has been known as a rich area for quite some time. According to reports, the father of Hyun Ho was a wealthy businessman. Now, there are two things we could assume. One, since it is such a rich area, picking out a child from the parks in Apgujeong could almost guarantee that parents could afford a hefty ransom. Or, the kidnapper, or kidnappers, knew about Hyung Ho's father, and therefore targeted him specifically. What do you think? Could this be someone the father knows? Could it just be a random person or people? Let us know in the comment section. And I will see you on the next episode of Unsalted.